Good morning, good morning, good morning. What is going on? All right, welcome to the stream. We're over on Twitch. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube's. And it is Wednesday, March 31st, the end of the quarter. We've got about 25 minutes until the market opens. Let's see what we have going on. The Dow right now, basically flat, is looking to open up down basically 1 point as far as this is the E-mini Dow Jones futures trading over on the Chicago Board Options Exchange. And let's take a look at the S&P. S&P is looking to open up about 8 points or so. And the NASDAQ is looking to bounce back, opening up 87 points or so. So we'll see what happens on that. On the economic calendar today, we have ADP employment report, Chicago PMI, and pending home sales index. So we'll see what we get on those. Let me check if there's anything breaking, top news. Let's see, Biden kicks off efforts to reshape U.S. economy with the infrastructure package. We have to figure out what time that's going to happen. I'll live stream that when it happens as well. OPEC Plus panel lowers oil demand growth forecast. Deliveroo dives 30% as London debut of the decade turns toward. Okay. U.S. private payrolls increase in March, according to ADP. Ballot review enters second day in landmark Amazon union election. That's down in South Carolina, I think. Hitachi to buy U.S. software developer Global Logic for $9.6 billion. Let's see. Focus in Archego's fire sale. Credit Suisse Nomura burned by slow exit. So they tried to slowly get out of this stuff. They should have just pushed the button. S futures flat ahead of funding details on Biden's infrastructure plan. Again, it's going to be a volatile day again. Volkswagen admits marketing prank, pulls fake release on name change. All right. So Volkswagen, in case you didn't hear this, there was a thing going on yesterday, I guess, and they were going to rename Volkswagen to Volkswagen for electric, and that made the meme rounds yesterday. No real news per se. Florida COVID numbers get new scrutiny. Research findings 5,000 more dead. Virus surges globally. Macron under pressure to lock down. Which world leader has worst pandemic record? Competition fierce. We're doing shots, vaccinated or not. America wants to party again. World's first animal jab. I thought there was some gorilla in San Diego last month that got the vaccination. Whatever. Biden $2.25 trillion investment plan rivals space program developing. Looks for infrastructure win where Obama and Trump failed. Eyes 39.6% top tax rate. So corporate hike. They're looking to hike the corporate rate back up to 29.1%, I believe, and they're looking to up the individual tax rate back up to 39.6. I was reading yesterday. There's some people that want to look at the corporate rate and maybe only meet somewhere in the middle instead of 21.9 or whatever, from 21 to 25. The biggest ticket item would raise the corporate tax rate from 21 to 28%. That's worth $730 billion over 10 years, according to the Tax Policy Center. So that is a 7% tax rate or a 7% hit directly to the bottom line. We have, if you can see that or not, but that is yogurt, blueberries, and pineapple for breakfast. The other three would, let's see here, tax proposals, 4 tax increases worth about 1.8 trillion is what they're looking at. The other three would be impose a global minimum tax on profits from foreign subsidiaries, 550 billion. Wow. Tax capital gains as regular income for the wealthy and tax unrealized, here we go, tax unrealized capital gains at death. That is new. So they're going to take, it looks like, they might be looking to take away some of the exemption. Let's say that you own a farm, and let's say you want to pass that farm down to your daughter or your son or grandson or granddaughter. You pass it down to them, it doesn't matter. They want the gain on that farm as if it was sold as unrealized capital gains at death. So unbelievable. That is going to continue to destroy the U.S. farmers that are barely left anyway, and anybody else. So taxing unrealized capital gains, that's a new socialist mantra. That's a new Marxist plan. They're looking at doing that in California as well as a state, which means every year, if your property gets reassessed and your value goes up, you have to pay taxes even if you don't sell your house. So that's what they're looking to do. Okay, you were already doing that. Relax. Return the top individual tax rate for those making more than $400,000 to the pre-Trump tax rate of 39.6%. That will raise $110 billion. So again, once this stuff comes out, but once proposals are sent to Congress, the numbers are whatever the Joint Committee on Taxation says they are. Republicans are unlikely to raise taxes in the middle of a pandemic. Exactly. Let's kill the economy. That's why Biden may be forced to pursue some plans via budget reconciliation, which requires only a simple majority in the Senate, not filibuster-proof numbers. No, go. What do you want? You already ate. You're already outside. It's too early for you to go back out again. Republicans are unlikely. Let's see between the lines. Let's see. Unlikely to cross the finish line on 28%. Harder for small businesses to claim deductions, which would bring in $140 billion. Small businesses. Why are you going to tax small businesses? These are the most hurt people from a business standpoint during the pandemic, and now they're going to make it harder for small businesses to claim deductions. Unbelievable. Changing the way estates are taxed, which would raise $220 billion, may not make it into the final legislation. So again, we'll see what happens here. But it's not looking good for taxes, which again, unless it's already baked in, taxes, and yet the NASDAQ's going up, the dollar's down a little bit, S&P 500 is looking to open up 6.75, and the Dow is looking to open up -7. Okay. Other selected, we've got Bitcoin is down a little bit to 58,124. Ethereum is down a little bit, back down to 1814. It did drop to 17 or so. What did it get down to? 1751 in the overnights. AMC looking to open up 14 cents. Oops. And we have Cinemark looking to open up 33 cents. Arc Space Exploration looking to open up another 16 cents. I'm so glad I sold that yesterday. It closed at 2030, and it ran up right after the close to 2040. Peaked out at 2059 in the post market yesterday, then dropped back down to 2027. Oh wow, what time was that at? I was at like 2 o'clock in the morning here. Yeah, 1:30 in the morning. So I missed that one. Should have got up earlier. Cinemark looking to open up 8 cents higher. Palantir 22.46 up another 42 cents. GameStonk looking to open up $3.74. Rocket looking to open up 18 cents. Again, we're looking down here at the pre-market or top of the ribbon up here or the bottom. Tesla looking to open up 11.38. Apple looking to open up $1.56. AMD looking to open up 51 cents. Boeing looking to open up $2.99. What we have over here on the bottom pane, the top one is the S&P 500 mini futures. The bottom is the NASDAQ 100 mini futures. And so I'm going to go, looks like she's ready to go back out one more time before the market goes open. So I'm going to go let her outside, and I'll be right back. Come on. All right, we're back. Okay, we'll have the heat map open up. Don't have any real news. I do need to figure out. Let me. Frustrating. What time is this going to be? I still can't find what time this speech is supposed to be. I tried looking yesterday. Okay, see how the American Rescue Plan helps people like you. Briefing room. There's no calendar or anything. Liberty. Let's see here. Yeah, there is nothing. American Jobs Plan. Here we go. Here's a fact sheet on it. Let's look up on here. I would love to carry what time. Hey, come here. Leave that alone. Come on, go. On your bed. Go. Stay in there. All right. So what I'm looking at is I'm looking at this fact sheet from the White House, the American Jobs Plan, and so this is his speech, possibly, probably. I can't find anything on YouTube showing deliver clean drinking water, renewed electric grid, and high-speed broadband to all Americans. Yeah, it's called Starlink. Just subsidize that. Eliminate all lead pipes and service lines in our drinking water systems. That would cost trillions and trillions and trillions. This is all, most of this stuff isn't going to happen. Here we go. A recent study found that 91 Fortune 500 companies paid $0 in federal taxes on U.S. income in 2018. Okay. By becoming, to ensure other nations won't gain a competitive edge by becoming tax havens. So we want to go out and tax foreign subsidiaries operating outside of our country according to the U.S. tax rate. Okay, good luck with that. All right, let's see here. Infrastructure. Repair roads and bridges. With what? Who's going to pay for that? You know, again, hardly anything on how this is going to be paid for. Create good jobs electrifying vehicles. Already doing it. Let's see here. Build a national network of 500,000 EV chargers by 2030. Ever heard of Blink? These things are already out there. There's companies already doing charging networks that are fine. The wait times are down big time because there's so many of them going up. You know, let the little gas station turn his gas station into a charging station. If somebody owns a Chevron gas station, they decide not to put in a EV charger, that's on them. Let the economy decide how this stuff does, not the government. Crazy. All right, 8 minutes left to go. I'm trying to figure out what this is going to cause the market to do, because it's another day where it doesn't make sense why it's going to be up on all this stuff that's going to raise taxes and tax corporations, which that's going to be a direct hit to the bottom line, a direct hit to earnings, the whole 9 yards. Replace 100% of the nation's lead pipes. What, in every house? How are you going to do that? Buy a Colgan reverse osmosis water system. It'll take the lead out. Let's see here. Build high-speed broadband infrastructure to reach 100% coverage. Here we go. For broadband networks owned, operated by, or affiliated with local governments, nonprofits, and co-op providers. So in other words, get all of his buddies and give them free cash, let them pay executive salaries, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, and barely get any broadband to anybody. With less pressure to turn profits and with a commitment to serving entire communities. You need to do like Silicon Valley, the show where the guy wants to create a decentralized, a brand new internet, decentralized, free of government overseers. Okay, remediate and redevelop idle real property and spur the build out of critical physical, social, and civic infrastructure in distressed and disadvantaged communities. This is a help the Democrats plan and tax every conservative or independent plan. That's what this is. For example, by pairing an investment in 15 decarbonized hydrogen demonstration projects in distressed communities with a new production tax credit, unions, everything's got, here it is, all the while placing good paying union jobs within reach for more Americans. A civilian climate corps. We're not the problem with the climate. If you think and believe there's a problem with the climate, you know, I think in 200 years, who cares? Everything's going to be either solar powered or nuclear, one of the two. Liberty, quiet down over there. Who cares? This is so dumb. You know, the prior administration came in and cut taxes, and they cut taxes on corporate, and the economy boomed. You know, build more than 500,000 homes for low and middle income home buyers. Okay. Taxes. Address longstanding public housing capital needs. Taxes. Put union building trade workers to work upgrading homes and businesses, save family money. Taxes. Every single one of these costs money, and we don't have the money to do that. We're trying to get out of a pandemic. They should be looking at cutting taxes instead of raising them. It's ridiculous. And the White House doesn't say what time this Yahoo is going to speak. No time. There's no calendar on the whitehouse.gov website. There's nothing on the website as far as the freaking menu at. They changed where the menu is in one day. Let's see, briefing room. Let's try that. Let's see here. Speeches and remarks. March 30th. This is the worst administration communication infrastructure I've ever seen. You want to fix something? Tell us what time you're going to frickin' talk. All right. Let's try Pittsburgh Biden speech time. All this to try and find what time he's supposed to do this stuff. Will travel to Pittsburgh on Wednesday, deliver a speech. No further details about the trip were immediately available. I swear, worst. Maybe they're going to tape the speech first and then cut out all the parts where he screws up or loses his place or gets lost, and then they'll release it as if it's live. Maybe that's their grand plan. All right, I don't know. Okay, what's changed? All right, we're going to get these on the S&P now, and SPX, and we will put this down on the VIX, which is down 0.11. So now we have the S&P on top, waiting for the open here in just a couple minutes. So what we're looking at, we are looking at the S&P to open up 8, NASDAQ to open up 89, and the Dow to open up 5. So we'll put the NASDAQ over here, and we'll go to a 30-second chart, and we'll wait for the open here in 2 minutes. Less than a minute. I'm gonna finish my breakfast maybe? No, I ain't gonna get it done by then. We'll try and carry Biden's speech live. I don't know when that's gonna happen, or what time it's going to happen. Nothing on Fox News at all. Let's try CNN. Should be about there. There we go, 5 seconds. All right, here we go. Strap in and buckle up. All right, so the NASDAQ actually opens down 14.3. S&P up 9, Dow Jones up 30. There we go. It took a second to correct. NASDAQ up 75. So 75 open on the NASDAQ, 13,121. S&P up 9. And the Dow up 60. Look at some movers. AMC opens up 7 cents. ARC opens up 16 cents to 2047. And let's where is stock? Liberty. Right down over there. Yeah, I know. What the heck is going on here? All right. Palantir up 39 cents. GameStop up $1.70, between $1.40 and $1.70 to $2.57. Now it's dropping down. Nice run up on the S&P. Nice run up, but the VIX went up a little bit too. And again, we're on a 30-second chart here. Rocket is up 3 cents, and Tesla is up 11. All right. Apple's up $1.60. AMD is up 80 cents. Dow's now up 81. NASDAQ up 86. SPY is up 13. Boeing, nice run. Hello. Boeing's up 299. Ford is flat. Going up 303. It topped out already at 256 and pulled back a little bit. Again, it's going to be an interesting day. Ford up 3 cents. Intel up 20 cents. Hey, come here. Come up here. Liberty. Where did she go? Come on, up here. Come here. Come here. Come on. We got about 2 of these. Okay. Microsoft up 97 cents. Boy, everything's running a little slow right now. And I will just have, all right, hold on here. Oh my goodness. YouTube is literally, look at this. Look at this. This is what they're doing now. This is YouTube. And they put an ad up at the top. And it says, analysis, infrastructure was a Trump punchline, but is a window into Biden's soul. So a forced ad. Unbelievable. And you can't get rid of it. Wow. This is why we need the cryptocurrency and the blockchain to decentralize all this crap they force on us. Crazy. Let's see here. All right, so S&P pulling back just a little bit now. The VIX is all the way down to 19.3. NVIDIA is up 808. Triple Qs are up $2.05. The SH shorts for the S&P 500 are down 5 cents, and the SQQQ shorts are down 25 cents. Oil, Brent crude down 84 cents. Light crude down 26 cents. Again, we've got the Dow Jones up 86. The dollar is down 9 cents to 93.205. NASDAQ is now up 99. SPX is up 15.6. Let's come on. But the 10-year is up again to 1.719. 30 years up to 2.377. Other ones, GM is down a little bit. Roblox is up 49 cents, back up to 65.66. SPY is up 127, and it's running. Maybe this one will tell us what time he's talking. I'm flabbergasted that I can't find what time this speech is going to supposedly happen. and still don't have the numbers. All right, let's go into breaking news here. Here we go. Same stuff we already talked about. And still no time for his speech. TLT 20 years up 12 cents. US oil is up a penny, so basically flat. Workhorse is up 31 cents. And ExxonMobil is down 32 cents. All right. All right, good breakfast. All right, so let's head back up. Dow's now up 79. S&P up 16. VIX is down to 19.2. And NASDAQ is now up 114. How do you keep pushing this? OPEC panel lowers oil demand growth forecast. What's that all about? They've got their big meeting tomorrow. This is Reuters, I think. No. All right. OPEC has lowered its 2021 oil demand growth forecast by 300,000 barrels per day, reflecting concerns about the market's recovery amid a wave of new lockdowns. A report from its experts panel meeting seen by Reuters showed. All right, let's see here. Now expects oil demand to grow by 5.6 million barrels per day this year, down by 300,000 barrels per day from its previous forecast. It has also raised its global supply growth forecast by 200,000 barrels per day. As a result, oil stocks are dipping down. Let's see. Here we go. This is the part we already knew was happening. OPEC and allied producers, a group known as OPEC Plus, are currently curbing output by just over 7 million barrels per day in a bid to support prices and reduce oversupply. Saudi Arabia has added to those cuts with an additional 1 million barrel per day cut. All right, this tells you, this sentence right here is probably what's going to happen tomorrow with OPEC. Saudi Arabia is prepared to support extending oil cuts, which are supposed to expire in April, and is also ready to prolong its own voluntary cuts, a source briefed on the matter told Reuters on Monday. That should be the lead in this story. JP Morgan Research Note said it believes OPEC Plus will tread cautiously by largely rolling over its production cuts into May, and that Saudi Arabia will extend its additional cut until the end of June. We expect the alliance to start adding production in 500,000 barrel per day increments beginning in June and lasting through August. So looks like tomorrow that's what's going to happen for OPEC. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. All right, still got about another 4 minutes before this chart shows up. But overall, everything's in the green. S&P's up 17, Dow is now up 87, and the NASDAQ is up 127. And what's ARK doing? 349. Boing. I'm gonna do a scalp. A spy scalp. Where is my Bollinger Band? There we go. Pivots. NVIDIA having a nice day, up 945. That's good stuff. Liberty. Come here. What are you doing? Come here. Sit. Okay, take your bone. Take your bone. She's got this big bone. It's like got this stuff in the middle of it that she likes to chew on. Ford. All right, Boeing. S&P settling down now, so it looks like we might consolidate a little bit. And if we figure out what the heck time he's gonna talk, let's see here. I can't believe that they don't have a time on this.
So nobody who makes under $400,000 a year will see a tax increase. You said
Pete Buttigieg says that no gas or mileage tax in Biden's infrastructure plan. You're going to see states do that, though. He will unveil Wednesday. When? What time? This is ridiculous. Is there a chance that this may not be live? Is that actually possible? Like, is he possibly talking right now and they're gonna delay it and just...
Joining me right now from the White House is President Biden's top economist, Cecilia Rouse. She's the chair of the council.
I just can't understand why there's no time. Last year, you would know exactly what time the president would be doing a speech. This year, good luck trying to find it. Public school teachers to instruct migrants in person as U.S. students remain remote. Okay then. I read there's a family in Renton, Washington. This is how jacked up this is. Check this out. Let's see if I can find it here. Here we go. Check this out. You want to know how backwards this stuff is? This is how backwards this stuff is. A foster family, they've been fostering, they have 4 kids with them now. Foster family told to vacate Renton home to make room for migrant children. You read that correctly. So there's a family that is, now the home is not owned by the family. The home is owned by Friends of Youth, a nonprofit organization out of Kirkland, Washington, which provides services and housing for homeless and foster youth. The couple have fostered about 20 children over the years in a spacious house along Lake Washington. Now, what they also do is they take we We choose to do teenagers because they're really hard to find places for them. They're licensed therapeutic foster parents, and they've had one of their teenagers, when they found out the news, ran away and hasn't come back. And it's saying they'll find a place to live, but they likely cannot afford a house to offer a home to foster children. Unbelievable. And the person running it says, well, she says she did not expect any financial gain by contracting with the federal government. So they're going to house illegal aliens and toss out foster kids that are citizens, that are at risk. That's how backwards this stuff is. You almost wouldn't believe it if it wasn't true. It's all about the money. Speaking of money, how's the market doing? All right, so the Dow is now up 60. S&P, Liberty, stop it. S&P is up 17. What do you want? Come here. What? What's up? You want to say hello? You want to say hello? All right, we'll give you a little hug. Come on. Come on. Oh. Okay. All right. Oh, nobody. Stop it. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? Huh? How you doing? Want to say hi? Come on. Whoop. Hey. Say hello right up here. Up here. You're gonna scratch the desk. All right, now. Whoop. Too big for this. Did you just lower my chair? It did. I lowered my chair. All right, that's Liberty. She's a very needy dog. She wants a lot of attention, like all the time, which is good. She's a good dog. Aren't you a good dog? Are you a good dog? Where's your ball at? Where's your ball? All right, NASDAQ is now up 150. How's ARK doing? ARK is probably up big. 24.49, a little bit above where it opened at. Let's see here. Top news, front page. This is ridiculous. I can't believe we can't find. Is he not going to do this speech live? Let's try typing in Biden infrastructure. I looked for like an hour yesterday too, and couldn't find any time. I could not find a time anywhere. If somebody can find out what time this speech is supposed to happen, that would just be awesome. Let's see here. COVID origin study points to bats, animal hosts as pathway. Okay. Still nothing. Inflation or inoculation mid-surge. Why can't we pick up the pace? All right, NASDAQ up 157, setting new highs. Dow up 36, pulled back a little bit. And the SP up 17. Palantir. Hi, Palantir. Tesla back up to 650. That's pretty good. Still no numbers. Here's a heat map. There we go. All right, so we've got a lot of green sectors. Technology all up. All semiconductors up, Google, Facebook, Amazon, Tesla, Home Depot, Lowe's. Energy down a little bit on oil, pulling back a little bit. JP Morgan, all the banks. JP Morgan and Bank of America down a little bit. Wells Fargo and Citigroup up a little bit. Got Nvidia up 1.7%. Microsoft up 0.5%. Oracle up 0.34%. Adobe up 1.21%. So across the board, most things are red. Telecoms, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, all and Lumen down a little bit. Comcast down a little bit. Charter down a little bit. Viacom, CBS down a little bit. They had a nice recovery yesterday. Disney and Netflix down. Let's take a look at Apple here. What's our friends over at Apple doing? Love my iPad. The only Apple product I own, my iPad Pro. It is a good one. Let me cruise this one over here a little bit. Yeah, I have no idea what time the president's going to talk. They won't tell it. They won't tell us. It's a secret. It is a secret. All right, let's see here. What's in? Holy cow. It's a huge story. The way that on Charles Schwab, the way they give you the news with no paragraphs or separation makes it almost impossible to scan for things. $650 billion for home infrastructure. These funds would go to broadband, clean water, the electric grid, and high-quality housing for only a very small percentage of the Democratic base. And this is just crazy the way these markets are acting. You have nothing but in a normal year, something like this with all these taxes would be driving the market down. All right. AMD up $1.93 to $77.92. Boeing up $2.56, up $4. Knight, good morning over there on Twitch. All right, let's see what else we got here. Microsoft up. I think bouncing and basically doing this. But you got everything above the 15,200 average. Let's watch some of these here. SPX chilling out a little bit now. VIX all the way down to 19.1. I'm going to, let's see here. I have an idea of where I can find I'm still looking for what time this stupid speech is supposed to happen. Biden White House plans vaccine passports. Let's see. Nothing. You would think that this speech isn't happening anywhere. Let's go to, let's see, Pittsburgh. Let's try Fox Station. How do they not even carry this on their front page? This is unbelievable. Today's Wednesday, right? I'm not in a time warp. Stimulus update. This is weird. This is like I went to the local NBC station. And there's like nothing on here. All it says is on Wednesday, President Biden will formally introduce his infrastructure plan. Okay, here we go. Finally, Biden's plans for Pittsburgh visit. According to White House officials, Biden will deliver remarks at the Carpenters Pittsburgh Training Center off the Parkway West late Wednesday afternoon. So late Wednesday afternoon, so let's say it's 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock, would that qualify? So it might be right around noontime our time. So we'll see. It looks like we got a few hours before he's going to talk. But that just took me 30 minutes of digging on probably 15 to 20 websites trying to find out what time this dumb speech is going to happen. So until that happens, you're going to see basically just, we're going to see a lot of this. Here's the S&P 500. It's just going to hang out. It's going to hang out. NASDAQ is going to chill a little bit, up 174. The Dow has pulled back though. And that's because of the banks. You got the banks, you got the banksters pulling back a little bit. Some of the drug companies pulling back. Comcast, Verizon, T-Mobile pulling back. Energy companies pulling back today. Of course, you got oil that's light crude is up 7 cents. Brent crude is down 84 cents. So this speech that he's going to give, Fear and Greed Index went up 1 to 45. So less than 50 is still considered neutral. A week ago, neutral. Previous close yesterday. So 44 is apparently fear. 45 is neutral on the Fear and Greed Index. Take a look at gas prices. 287.4. A little bit more blue in there. We're 390 in California now. 318 in Oregon. 332 in Washington. That's up a little bit. Illinois 307. Pennsylvania 299. New York 290. So Pennsylvania is about to go red, or a darker red. Yeah, 305. It goes dark red. Florida 286, Texas 260, Oklahoma 260, 264. It even does it by county. Huh. Here, watch this. Look where all the gas taxes are. All right. Right here. 350 in King County, Pierce 343, Thurston 339, Mason. You get over to the east, you're at 299 in Spokane. So 299 in Spokane, you got a 50-cent per gallon price difference from one part of the state to the other. What is it down in like California, like San Diego versus LA? San Diego County 395. Orange 393, LA 394. 389 to San Bernardino. Look at that. Well, these are small county, but 469 a gallon. 405 Marin County, Alameda, Contra Costa, Santa Clara, San Mateo County. Wow. Crazy. What is it in like, let's see, Cook County? 321 in Cook County, Illinois. Will 308 to page 310. Crazy stuff. All right, what's a dollar doing? Dollar down 18 cents, but going up. Sorry, that's on the daily. It always flips to the daily on this one. Let's go to 3 minute. Dollar heading down 18 cents. Treasuries, 10-year is up to 1.721. 30-year is up to 2.377. AMC now down 24 cents to 10.10. Did it break? It didn't break. It got down as low as 10.07 twice on these candles. Made a quick green doji and then broke it and headed back down, but not as low. So again, options, all the options expire this week tomorrow because we have a short week. The markets are closed on Friday. So markets are closed on Friday. GameStop down to 193, down $1.16. Palantir, ArcX 2051. Some weird trades happening with this stock. All right, get rid of the externals. Drop down to 30 seconds. And let's see what happens on the day. Tesla 651. Oh yeah, let me take a quick look here. That's what I want. Let's look at Bitcoin. Let's go to a daily on Bitcoin. Look at that, just hugging that 50-day moving average. It's a daily chart on Bitcoin. All the way from 17,000. Every time it approached this line, if you bought, it went up from there. Same with Ethereum. Well above its 50 and 200, or its 180 and 200. We do have a thinning of the Bollinger Band though. So A little bit of thinning here. You could say, okay, the last time it thinned, it went up another leg. Wide leg here, which is volatility. Wide leg here, which is volatility. Consolidation with consolidation with a skinny band, and then up from there. So it's making, the volume on a daily chart now is not exceeding what the selling volume was to bring it down to this bottom here. So fighting back, the fight back is not necessarily succeeding on Ethereum. And that's why we have to pull back down to 1827. It was as high as 1889. Bitcoin on the daily, you can call this a little bit of consolidation phase. It's been stuck in this range since February 20th. It's been kind of range bound between like 61 as a high, which was a new high, all the way back on 13th of March. All the way back on the 13th of March. Yeah. All right, Palantir doing well. So that Biden speech isn't going to happen until noontime. Another 5 hours or so, and we'll see if they carry it live or not. I'm very suspicious about that. All right, the ADP employment report. So the expectation was for 525,000. It came out at 517. The PMI was 60.3, went up to 66.3. That's a big jump. Pending home sales index went from minus 3.1% to minus 10.6. So the purchasing manager index hits highest mark since mid 2018. Wall Street's pricing in $4 trillion of infrastructure spending. Here are the stocks that could benefit according to Bank of America. Pfizer and BioNTech said COVID-19 vaccine was 100% effective in phase 3 trial in adolescents. That's because adolescents, most of them don't get this thing. Very, very, very small percentage of kids got this virus. Wall Street bet on financing self-employed home buyers. Will there be regrets? Yeah. U.S. adds 517,000 private sector jobs in March, ADP says, as the economy speeds up. Let's click this one. Let's see what stocks are going to benefit from infrastructure. Kinder Morgan. CenterPoint Energy. NTAP. Lam Research. Insight. Ventas. And the NASDAQ. Just digging through some of this information here. All right, pipeline owner Kinder Morgan. I'll see how that's going to be. Intercontinental Exchange, oil field equipment operator. What? No. You're not going to have pipeline and oil fields go up when they're going to look at raising taxes. Healthcare Real Estate Investment Trust. I think Bank of America is shilling for their bag holding. Applied Materials has nothing to do with infrastructure. Let's see here. West Rock. Natural gas distributor Duke Energy? No. Biden is due to deliver remarks in Pittsburgh on infrastructure spending shortly after trading ends at 4:20 Eastern. So 1:20. So in other words, he knows that it's going to crash the market with the taxes possibly. So they're going to do it after the market closes. So maybe tomorrow all this stuff goes down a little bit. Let's see. Online food delivery company Deliveroo flopped in its first day of trading, with the Amazon-backed company sliding as much as 30% in London trade. Okay. A Tokyo bar has a stock market theme with drinks named Margin Call and Lehman Shock, and books on value investing. The Mars rover took a stunning selfie. All right, let's look at that. Well, that's pretty cool looking. It's got a helicopter underneath it. That is another planet. There's a picture on Mars. Panorama. All that stuff stitched together. Oh, 3D. You have 3D glasses? I have 3D glasses. Huh. There you go, NASA. NASA making 3D pictures. Look at that. I wonder if that works. Hold on a second. I'm going to go get my 3D glasses. The Dow is now down 7 points. NASDAQ and S&P are still up. One of my 4K TVs, or I think they're both 3D, I don't know. So it came with LG 3D glasses. Never even opened them. What up? And it doesn't work with these. So maybe it's not 3D. I thought it was 3D with the blue and the red. I guess I was wrong. That's hilarious. Alright. Well, that was fun. Put these back in. I don't think I've ever watched a... Have I watched a 3D movie at home here? I don't know. No electromagnetic wave, lightweight, comfortable fit. LG 3D glasses. Not to be used as sunglasses, they warn. Alright, so I guess that's not 3D. I thought it was a 3D picture. It certainly looked like a 3D picture. Okay, NASDAQ up 191, S&P up 16. Man, that's cool. What does this do? Oh, it makes it a little bigger. Make it a little bigger? Nope. That's kind of neat, though. That's pretty cool stuff. You think that that's, you know, that's another planet. And I think this rock formation here is this one, maybe? Let's see. Maybe not. Nope. It's different. It's kind of cool. There's that same one over here. Look at the sun and the dust cloud. pretty wild. That'd be kind of cool to go to Mars, wouldn't it? I'd go. We'd be gone like a year. 6 months to get there. Spend a couple days on the rock. Turn around and fly home. Bitcoin knocking on door 60,000 again on news from PayPal, Visa, and Dapper Labs. So Dapper Labs is involved with the NBA Top Shot NFT craze that's currently going on. And yesterday, a conglomeration of Michael Jordan and Will Smith and a whole bunch of others put an additional, I think it was $300 million into Dapper Labs. Where's it at here? Dapper. Okay. Privately held Canadian blockchain technology company Dapper Labs, the startup behind virtual trading card platform NBA Top Shot, said Tuesday it raised $305 million from investors including NBA legends Michael Jordan and Kevin Durant, and other athletes and celebrities such as Stephon Diggs, Ashton Kutcher, Shawn Mendes, and Will Smith. The deal, led by Coatue Management LLC, values the company at $2.6 billion, according to people familiar with the matter. The sums reflect exploding interest in non-fungible tokens or NFTs, which use the blockchain technology behind cryptocurrencies to authenticate unique digital assets such as art, music, or video of basketball highlights. Let's see here. What else we got? Bitcoin. Greater adoption of crypto assets by payment companies recently may be helping to support a surge in Bitcoin prices toward an all-time high. At last check, the world's most popular crypto is changing hands at around $58,868 on CoinDesk, up by about 2%. So far this year, Bitcoin has risen over 100% and has gained over 27% in March. Rise of the blockchain-powered asset on Tuesday comes as PayPal Holdings said it would start letting U.S. customers purchase items with crypto, a move that is regarded as the latest embrace of digital assets by a traditional payments player. While PayPal uses the ability to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin through its platform, Visa, we talked about this on Monday. Visa has gotten in and they're adopting USD coin, which is a stable coin. It's still a cryptocurrency, but it's pegged to the dollar. So a dollar of USD coin equals a dollar in US. And they're going to allow the settlement of transactions from crypto platforms made with their issued Visa cards in USD coin without converting funds to fiat currency, marking the first major payments network to use the so-called stablecoin. Back in January, Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, Cryptocurrency said in an interpretive letter that U.S. financial institutions are allowed to use stablecoins for payment activities and can participate as nodes in a blockchain. And basically the stable coins are, this one sums it up pretty good. They're viewed as a bridge between highly volatile assets like Bitcoin and Ether tokens and traditional assets. Bitcoin Futures separately, CME Group announced the rollout of micro Bitcoin futures. CME, which began offering Bitcoin futures back in 2017, said the micro futures are sized at 1/10 of 1 Bitcoin, will be available on May 3rd. So for 58,000 times 0.0001, $580. Bitcoin futures are mostly used by institutions to hedge their positions, and some investors said the introduction of the smaller version of Bitcoin contracts was likely to help with liquidity in the broader futures and underlying spot market for the digital asset. One whole contract of Bitcoin would be about $290,000. Micro contracts 1/10. There's the thing about Dapper. And that's it. ARK Innovation Fund has reshuffled its holdings. It's the ARK K, I think, right? ARK K. $119. That's Kathy Wood. ARK trade phone one from down 9% year to date, but it was up 153% last year. Let's open the stocks up and down. Kept from Tesla to 1 billion Cirrus. We don't look at market caps. Has added a significant amount of large cap internet stocks like PayPal, Shopify, Zoom, and foreign firms such as Tencent Holdings, which got clobbered, Baidu, Sea, and Nintendo. The ETF owned none of those names last July. And again, Nintendo is coming up with a new Switch for the holiday season, of which NVIDIA said it will be their chip running it. And the new Nintendo Switch will also have an OLED screen. And the ETF has grown from a small cap fund to a solid mid cap fund. All right, Dow up $1, NASDAQ up 209, S&P up 19. For example, ARK Innovation exited DNA sequencing firm Illumina, once its second largest holding behind Tesla, and added rival Pacific Biosciences of California, PacB. The daily here. So if they added it in, say, July or so, well, yeah, it went from $398 up to $32. So you don't know where they bought that thing at, right? The firm has also been preparing for a market correction since last year, and large cap additions were meant to offer downside protection and cash-like reserves to buy high conviction names at low prices during a downturn. And again, she's the one that put a price target of Tesla at 3,000 by 2025, which would be 385% higher than today's price. Small EV manufacturers through SPACs. Careful with the SPACs. And here's on the ARK. Let's look at the ARK. ARK X up to 2054. I should have held on to that, huh? I did a scalp on that yesterday. All right. This is yesterday's news. Komatsu was interesting to add that one. Again, they bought PRNT. .1% of the ARK X Exploration Innovation ETF is another one of ARK's ETFs. It's crazy. Or crazy brilliant. All right, volatility is going up just a little bit, 19.4. Dow is now down 11. S&P is up 17. So UFO and ROKT. Look at that run. 21, that's up to 40. And UFO. There's some sellers in here. What are its holdings? Hold on here. So this is another one, another ETF. So expense ratio, 0.75. 72% of the companies are in the US, 7.5% in Japan, 5% in Canada, 5% in France, communications, SkyPerfect JSAT, Eutelsat Communications, Garmin, Trimble, SiriusXM, Weather News, Dish Network. They're going to be losing all their internet to Starlink. SES, SAFDR, Iridium, and Orbcon. So let's check ROKT. Rocket. Let's look at their ETF. And let's see if they give a country weighting in here. Expense ratio, 0.45 expense ratio. It's a little cheaper. 23.9 million. %, in the US, 1% in Israel, 6% in Canada. Aerojet Rocketdyne, Maxar Technology, Boeing, L3 Harris, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, Hexcel, Lockheed Martin, Honeywell, and Teledyne are the top 10. With a much lower ratio here. But almost at its 52-week high too. So there's three ETFs you can look at: ARKX, UFO, and ROKT. I might do a little due diligence on these and take a look at them. UFO seems to be the riskiest of it. Like some of the names in there, I don't necessarily like the top 10 holdings. It's 79% over last year. Rocket, it's going to be up big. 60% over last year. Heading into this thing, how many shares does this thing trade? 1.392K. Not a lot of volume on this one, on Rocket, ROKT that is, not to be confused with Rocket Mortgage. UFO, 34,000 shares traded. Versus ARKX, which has 3.4 million shares traded. Okay, VIX currently at 19.3. S&P is up 16. NASDAQ up 195. Dow is up or is down 31. Come back a little bit. Heat map. Tech getting a little brighter. Tesla up 3.8%. Let's take a look at them. Look at that, up to 656 now, 650, 653. That is high on day is 660.45. So I got my coffee here. So Caterpillar, there's a question over on Facebook, says from Bill, look for stocks like CAT to jump. All that money means new construction equipment needed. Let's see here. Market chatter. Airlifting materials due to Suez blockage. Well, that's a little old news. Which farm machinery stock is a better buy? Fitch on Thursday, this was last week, affirmed a long-term issuer default rating of Caterpillar, highlighting the American construction machinery makers' diversification strategy, among other reasons. Expects Caterpillar revenue to recover in 2021 after a 23% drop in 2020, which is expected to support long-term EBITDA margins. So this is kind of similar to, to Boeing, right? Boeing took a big hit. Caterpillar took a big hit. Let's look at the daily chart and see where they're at. Definitely recovered back off of their low. So they were at 86 before. And that is a healthy jump. 87.50. 167% return. So down a little bit recently though. So that they had a really nice recovery, but definitely a pullback here. And looking at, let me look at the 4-hour here. Does pay a dividend. $1.03 back in 18th of January. So they pay a quarterly. $1.03. So again, this could be a good dividend play too. Estimate was $1.49. They came in at $1.42. So a surprise to the downside, but only 4%. So that's actually not bad. And they will actually come out and report again. And about 1.2 million shares traded April 29th. So they're going to report in just about a month. Oh, $212, $1.49. So they didn't take the standardized. They took the estimate at 149 exceeding 212, but that's not actually accurate. So sometimes on TradingView, this stuff looks a little different. 108% year over year. Got a buy rating on it from the technical standpoint. To their website. No thanks. Cat Trial 10, Tech Test. Celebrates the amazing work technicians do and give them the chance to show off their skills. Women who help build Caterpillar, standing up for dignity and respect, building the workforce of tomorrow. Caterpillar Foundation, Cat Diesel Power's ultimate origin story. It's not really news. COVID-19 update. Let's see here. March 29th, we prioritize the safety, so production, distribution, and support. We offered assistance to some government and public health authorities in vaccine distribution. 10 million, the foundation, nothing really No recent news on them. Let me see here if there's anything on the wires. And I think that could be, you know, that might not be a bad play, looking at some of the manufacturers of equipment for infrastructure, but it depends on the infrastructure, right? You know, roads, bridges, all that stuff sounds great if it gets through. Energy stuff, you know, home builders, stuff like that. We'll see what's in the plan. But you also have to remember that a lot of these companies, just like Boeing, they cut their production, they cut their manufacturing as thin as they could without closing down, much like Boeing did, where Boeing closed its 737 plant for a little while. And then they closed one of their 787 manufacturing facilities. They closed the one up in Everett and left the one in South Carolina. And so that gave Boeing a surplus of equipment. So what is does Caterpillar have a surplus of equipment? Used equipment, products, Cat equipment line. Let's go news. Try that. Next gen Caterpillar forest machine. Cool. Wisconsin Supreme Court strikes down statewide mask mandate. A year later. Caterpillar CFO Andrew Bonfield at Evercare ISO Industrial Conference. Manitex passed the worst of now leveraged to equipment recovery. Equipment surplus, 3 stocks that could help rebuild America's aging infrastructure. So not a lot in there on that. I mean, it could be, that could be a decent play on Caterpillar. It's pulled back a little bit on no real news on this. You're definitely in an oversold condition right now. So from a technical standpoint, let me look at let me go out to the 30-minute chart here, and you can see it's coming back down to its 50-period average. Let's look at the daily. Daily's going to show it up though, and it's well above its 200 moving average, which is the red line. I use a 180 to front run, and the green is a 50-day moving average. These are Bollinger Bands in here, pivots. Those are just a quick high and low to give me the actual price without me having to hover over it and then drag the price over to the right. Check the external. Let me look at yesterday. Nice upswing yesterday. All this week it's been going up. From last Friday. Last Friday, 216. So it's up 6.9% over the last week. So pulling back a little bit today. Moving average convergence divergence for a scalp type day type trade doesn't show very promising, but again dipped into an oversold position here. But again, everything else, nothing else lined up. You had a lot of seller volume going in there. And let me get rid of the external here. Get rid of the pre-market so we can look at basically yesterday. Okay. And then today. So had a run up to 237. Now pulled back all the way back down to 230. Doji there. Initial volume was pretty high in comparison to yesterday, but sellers have come in, and again, these could be scalp day trade types. Now it's pulling back, but I think you're right, Bill. I think that I definitely think there's opportunity there for them. I'd like to see on their news site or on their website more news. You'd be surprised that they wouldn't talk about any type of infrastructure. Stuff for them here. Okay, NASDAQ now up 231, S&P up 23, Dow down 2. Walgreens beat big time. Walgreens estimate was for $1.10. They came in and exceeded earnings up to $1.40. And I think for today, nice beat. They're up 7%. Nice little run. Look at the daily. You know, they're pumping a lot of vaccines into people's arms. Jabbing and stabbing. So since November, 33 and a 56. Nice. Over 41%. Year to date, up 41% year to date. 8% in the last week, 18% over the last month, 47%, and 30% over the last year. So they dipped quite a bit. Now as it comes back, I don't know, are people still going into Walgreens? Let me answer this one. Hold on a second. Okay, and I'm gonna add cat. Scroll this thing up, and we'll be here for another 14 minutes or so, and we'll take a break, and we'll be back for 3 hours. And I'll probably carry the Biden news conference on here. We'll probably stay on for that. Look at all this green. Check this out. Boom. Right. But again, banks, regional banks, energy down. Healthcare mixed, but barely up. Entertainment mostly down. Netflix the exception. Tesla recovering really, really nicely today. Back up to 661. Up 25 bucks, almost 4%. And let's take a look at what is this? It's an upgrade. All right, let's see here. Federal Trade Commission wants to block Illumina's $7.1 billion purchase of cancer testing outfit Grail. So they spun this thing off in 2017, and now they want to bring it back in, and the FTC is trying to say nope. First time since Biden took office that the agency has blocked a vertical merger. I've got a list of companies I'd like to see broken up. Right? Okay, so Tesla was heading down back to its 200-day moving average here. Here's the 180. This is on a daily chart though, so still in a downtrend, but definitely in the recovery side of things. All right, Dow is down 816, Nasdaq is up 228, S&P is up 22. AMC is down 18 cents to 10.16. GameStop down $1 to 193. Again, it's been in this range bound GameStop for now let's look at the 30-minute here, or 1 hour. Other than the drop to 115 last week, it's been in this 200 range. It's about the middle of March, so about 15 days now. Rocket down 5 cents. That's the mortgage company. Palantir up $1.18. Should have picked some up yesterday. All right, Apple's up, AMD is up, Boeing is up, Caterpillar is down, Ford is down 20 cents. And there was something that came out on Ford I read pre-market. And let's see here. Strategic partnership. Oh, here we go. Edmunds sees first quarter vehicle sales up 8.9% as cars spend less time on lots amid chip shortage issues. And there was something on the Mach on the Mach E. I thought I read. I know I read something on that. Let's see here. I don't think it was a recall, but there was something on. Here we go. Yep. Oh, 9 days ago. First recall on some front subframe bolts. May not be all the way tightened. Well, that could be not good. Ford recalls a few Mustang Mach-E SUVs to tighten subframe bolt. Oh, fewer than 75. So 75, and I think they've sold about 4,000 of these things so far this year. And it looks like 75 of them need to go back to the dealership and have them tighten a bolt. So not a big deal there, in my opinion. Close this up. So again, Biden's going to be talking at 1:25 p.m. So about 25 minutes after the market close. We'll carry that as well. So we will have that. We will have that for you here on the channel this afternoon. So we'll stay afterwards and catch the speech and see what he says. But you're not going to get any market reaction to it because he's doing a speech after the market. I wonder why. Taxes. So I find it's just very interesting. All right, let's see what else we got here. A lot of up stuff today, which is great. Great news. Come on. What the heck, man? There we go. We'll check precious metals. We have silver. Silver's up 36 cents, but down significantly over the last, call it, look at the daily here. off its high of almost 30. Yeah, it's pulled back from February. $20% since February. Platinum coming back up though, $41, trying to get back above this $1,200 an ounce. Palladium still holding above, it's up $40, holding up above 2,600. So that's a new jump for them. And gold is even up $19 to 1,704. But again, I drew these lines way back here, back in December. I drew the line on gold, and it's continued that trend. Had a little bump up to 1959, but pretty much if you extend this line down, that channel is legit. That is a legit channel. All right, ExxonMobil down 56 cents. Workhorse up 7 cents. U.S. oil up 41 cents. 39.27. Right into 41.58. So that is about 6%, now 5.5% higher than when I charted it for its last support. I called support at 40.07, and it dropped down to 39.27, just barely. But it's hard to find support on this daily when it's had this huge run all the way up since November, right? On U.S. oil. And again, if inflation rears its head, and we won't get those numbers until Friday, and the markets are closed on Friday, we'll see what happens on come Monday. But the expectation is that they will exceed both non-farm payrolls and less unemployment. At least the new ones. GM down 76 cents. Let's see what's going on with them. Okay, Dow's now positive, up 15. Nasdaq up 230. S&P up 25. GM. Oh, this was funny. Volkswagen admits marketing prank, pulls fake release on name change. Volkswagen admits PR stunt, no name change to Volkswagen. Press release pulled after criticism on social media. VW to give fresh statement later on Wednesday. Can't even joke anymore. U.S. unit issued a false news release claiming it would rename its U.S. operations as Volkswagen of America in a marketing stunt designed to call attention to its electric vehicle efforts. And I'm guessing the head office there in Germany did not like that. Came on under criticism on social media for its news release. Why? With some commentators recalling the company's diesel emissions scandal, they weren't the only company, and years of misleading customers and regulators. This is true. The initial statement outlining the name change, posted on its website and accompanied by tweets, was reported by Reuters and other outlets globally and included a detailed description of its purported rebranding efforts and new logos. Let's see the new logo. Hold on a second. Volkswagen. And we'll go to images. Volkswagen. The all-new Volkswagen ID4. Volkswagen of America will become VW's new Volkswagen rebrand. U.S. Volkswagen of America. VW. Look at these people have no idea. VW's new Volkswagen name, not an April Fool's joke. Kind of was. Here's somebody saying, "Yep, it's a prank." It's not a bad looking. Their ID4 is not. It's not a bad looking SUV. It seems a little small though. I saw a comparison of it between it and the Mustang Mach-E. I still like the Mustang Mach-E. Let's see here, Volkswagen. I don't even know how much those things cost. And they've got quite a few build-in reserve. Dun, dun, dun. See what the base price is on this thing. I'm gonna guess 43, maybe. Hey, I pressed build. That was a pretty good guess. So I guess 43,995. And the ID4 Pro $39,995. So just a little bit below the Mustang Mach-E. Just a little bit. So ID4 first edition sold out. So they sold out of their first ones. And again, that's everybody. Everybody sold out. If you're planning to buy a new car this year, you're not going to see any rebates. You're probably not going to see any financing deals unless you go through like your own credit union or something, because they can't build the cars right now. They're all missing these chips selectively, and so the inventories they're getting to the dealerships are a lot less than what they used to be, and so it's hard to get, and that's why you're seeing sold out stuff. So you are looking to buy a new car, but good for Volkswagen trying to put a joke in there, and then people getting upset over it. Get over it. Not a big deal. Okay. U.S. oil up 42 cents, 41.59. All right, I believe that is going to do it for now. And final look at the indices. 30-year Treasury flat, 10-year Treasury flat, S&P up 24, NASDAQ up 222, the Dow up 6, it's positive now, and the dollar down 27 cents. So there we go. And Bitcoin and Ethereum is up. All right, we will be back. I will probably be back at 12 o'clock. We're a little bit before that, but we'll carry the Biden news conference, not a news conference, but his speech in Pittsburgh, which is supposed to happen at 25 minutes past market close. So we will be here for that. We will carry that as well, and then we'll be on for that. Okay. One last check here. Okay. All right, very cool. All right, so we'll see you all in about 3.5 hours. So we'll be back on at 11:30 Pacific, 2:30 Eastern time, and we'll carry the Biden press conference, and we'll be back this afternoon. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I hope you're having a great green day, and we will see you a little bit later. Bye now.